Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci fi show where things can get totally radical. Now, today I will be interviewing the host of Coffee 20 Creature Features in the Bay Area. His real name is Jeff Bodine, but everybody knows him as Vincent Van Dahl. And I'm having him on the show today, and we're going to talk about creature features, his interest in horror, stuff like that. And it's going to be pretty cool and stuff because creature features has had a reassurance in the Bay Area in the last couple of years after it had been in the Bay Area on KTVU Channel 2 back in the 70s and 80s with first Bob Wilkins and then John Stanley, who I had on a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, so I'm going to interview um, Vincent Van Dahl about the whole, resurgence of creature features because I think it's one of the best things that's happened to the Bay Area. Because other than creepy coffee movie time before that, there really wasn't a horror show in the Bay Area for quite a long time, and which was sad for me because I love horror shows and I worship them. And I'm so glad that Vincent Van Dahl has brought back creature features. So yeah, here is my interview with Vincent Van Dahl.
Hello.
Hi, Vincent. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Tommy.
Yes,
How are you? Thank you for ringing.
I am great. Thank you so much for taking the time today.
It's my pleasure.
Yes. So when and how did your interest in horror begin?
Oh, goodness. From the beginning, I think. From when I was a tiny little thing, I used to love horror films. Much, much, much to my mother's chagrin. She was quite disturbed with my interest in it. But, it was all in fun, right?
Right. Yeah,
All in fun. I mean, they always end well, most of them. Sometimes they don't.
yeah,
I like the ones that do, though.
yeah. It's science fiction movies too.
Oh, I love sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
I probably like it more than the horror.
Mm-hmm. But you like the horror just the same.
No, not just the same, slightly different. Like, horror is nice at night and sci-fi is good at day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sci-fi is a daytime entertainment and horror is nighttime. Unless it's like one of these slasher films, then I don't know what it is. It's one or the other, I suppose. What about you? Which do you like?
I love them both, but horror is my thing the most.
Like horror slasher or horror like ghosts?
Yeah, it's funny. I'm kind of bored of supernatural horror movies. Some of them I like, but I mostly am a slasher guy.
Oh, I'm the opposite. I love the ghosts. Ghosts, I think, are fun because you don't really always know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's the I think the most frightening creature, monster, bad guy that could be is something that's not fully seen. Whereas with a slasher, it's a man with a mask and a knife, and he's running around, and he's around the corner, and it always seems to be the same old rubbish.
Yeah, I do believe in ghosts though, and I've had numerous ghost encounters last few years ever since I've had my car accident and I've recovered and stuff.
You've personally seen them.
Yes,
Oh my goodness! And are they as bad or nice as one might imagine?
I've only had the good encounters. I haven't had the bad ones.
Oh, that's lovely. We've got a ghost at the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Absolutely.
one. She's this woman, and we've got a painting on her of her, and she plays the piano.
Oh, nice. Must play the Addams Family theme.
It's like having music in your home at all times. Well, late at night.
Mm-hmm.
I think it adds a nice flair to the estate. Free music.
Oh yes. Do you remember the first horror movie you ever saw?
That would have been goodness. You should have sent me an email with all these questions, and I would have been prepared. But I would have to say it was. I remember the first science fiction. It was the Doctor Who movie.
Oh.
I can't recall the name, but it had Peter Cushing, I think.
Yeah.
As the Doctor. Maybe it wasn't Peter Cushing. I don't know. But I remember it was a wonderful film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my first horror movie was The Shining. When I was only a year old, my parents just scared the shit out of me with that movie, and I I actually grew to love it when I got older, but at the time I was just terrified of it, and I didn't watch another like bloody horror movie again until I was 8. Like until then, I watched the PG ones like Gremlins, Ghostbusters, Night of the Comet, stuff like that.
So, with The Shining, do you think it's a ghost film, or do you think it's a slasher film?
Actually, I think it's both of those with also psychological horror as well.
So Hitchcock.
Yes.
Yeah, he used to frequent our area for making films. I don't know why he liked it so much, but he spent quite a bit of time up here.
Oh yeah, The Birds was shot up in the Bay Area.
In Bodega Bay, right down the hill from us.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
Shot a film called, what's it called? Shadow of a Doubt in downtown Santa Rosa, which was, I've seen some of the spots they used. Some of them are gone now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he spent quite a bit of time here. So we've got some ties to horror, at least as far as Hitchcock is concerned.
Mm-hmm. What are your favorite horror and sci-fi movies, if you can think of any off the top of your head?
Oh, I love The Shining as well. Of course, Night of the Living Dead. And, my goodness, I've watched so many in the past 2 years that it's all become a blur. A complete and utter blur. But, I would say probably one of my favorites would have to be The Mall and the Handshake.
Oh yeah.
Wonderful film. Wonderful film. But, I don't know if it's horror. It's more sci-fi, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Although everyone says it's horrible, so I don't know if that counts.
Yeah. For me, horror is like I love the original Friday the 13th, Dawn of the Dead, um, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, um, stuff like that. And for sci-fi is like Blade Runner, Trancers. Um, so many. I love the original Star Wars trilogy.
Dawn of the Dead, but you did not say Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, I love Night of the Living Dead as well, but Dawn of the Dead is my favorite zombie movie.
That's why you like Dawn of the Dead more.
Yeah.
No, I just watched a clip from the full version of that film.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, there was a half hour missing.
Huh.
30 minutes. And it's all like in this television studio, in all the conflict in the television studio, I suppose, when the zombie outbreak begins. And it's quite interesting. I can see why they cut it out, though.
Yeah.
It gets a bit boring.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, there's a good chunk of the movie that can be kind of boring, but for the most part, I love just everything that's going on, all the craziness, all the tension. It's just it's brilliant, and plus the special effects by Tom Savini. I worship it.
Well, it's all in good fun, of course, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
zombies, heads flopping off, people being eaten. It's one of my favorite genres. But I want to ask you. So your website says this is a podcast.
Yes.
I'm a bit confused. What exactly that is?
A podcast is an internet radio show.
So you need a special piece of equipment to listen.
No, not exactly. All you do is download.
Download.
Yes,
all right.
on the computer.
Like if you're getting a photograph, so it's like you're watching a photograph with sound.
Something like that. Yes.
That's wonderful. So you must have millions of listeners.
I wish I had millions of listeners. I've only been doing this a year, but I know that in the next couple of years I will have a lot of listeners. I don't know if it'll be a million, but it will be a lot more.
Well,
Well, after I had my accident 3 years ago, I decided that I needed to pursue show business because life is just too short, and I realized that I had a talent that I hadn't seen before. And I've been doing stand-up comedy in the Bay Area since 2006, and I did stage acting and stuff like that, and I felt it was time. So then, after about a year and a half of recovery and pursuing stand up, I started going to conventions and getting back into horror. I used to write horror screenplays and sci-fi screenplays when I was younger, and now I've gotten back into it. And so I had to move up here to Reading to take care of my mother. And there's no comedy clubs out here. There is a couple theater companies here, but nothing to write home about. There's not much show business here, so I decided to start a podcast in my bedroom, and that's what I've done in the meantime before I move to Los Angeles, hopefully next year.
Oh, so I'm at our studio, and you're in your bedroom.
Yes.
Oh, how fun! So describe the bedroom. I want to know what it looks like. I want to visualize it in my mind.
Standard white walls. There's lots of horror movie posters on the wall. I got everything from the original Halloween to Phantasm to The Evil Dead to Dawn of the Dead, Chopping Mall, movies like that. And
You like slasher.
yes,
Your thing is slashers.
yes,
Your primary directive is slashers, and that's fine. You know, I like those kinds of films. But they have to have like an extra element, like is it Jason or the other one that never dies?
Freddy.
Freddy. No, Freddy, he's like a ghost, right?
Yeah, Freddy's like a ghost. Yeah.
Redeeming. Right, but you've got Jason, what's the other bloke's name?
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers, right?
Yes.
They're both like immortal, right?
Yeah. My favorite is.
The kinds of slashers I like, because it's like, it's got a ghostly element.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jason was always my favorite though, because I just like that hockey mask, and I just like the fact that he's always got that machete.
Well, that's nice. So, I got to the studio today,
Mm-hmm.
where we cut our show up, and I found a surprise in my office. I'm looking at it right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a yellow rocking chair.
Yellow rocking chair.
Right, it's a yellow rocking chair. It was delivered yesterday. I was not in yesterday, and it's a special one. It is the chair of Bob Wilkins.
Nice, nice.
Oh, you don't even know what I'm talking about, do you? Did you watch a prior version of Creature Features with Bob Wilkins?
Oh yes. Oh wait, I know who he is, and I know John Stanley. I interviewed him.
You've got to know who he is if you're into horror.
Yes, I never watched it because that was before my time, but I know who he is.
All right, so probably every photo you've seen of him, he's sitting in a yellow rocking chair.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Well, that rocking chair is in my office right now. I'm looking at it.
Nice.
The exact chair.
Is it the actual one that he sat in?
No, of course, the actual one. I just got it yesterday. So it actually belongs to our director, Tom Wersch.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a gift. It was a gift from Bob to him. And he said he was going to bring it up for a while. So here it is, the yellow rocking chair in my office. But I won't sit in it.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a bit disrespectful.
Yeah, it's too iconic.
It is. So it's going to be placed in a place of honor in the corner of my office. And I'm going to put a sign that says, "Don't sit on it, unless you're Bob."
Well, so let's talk creature features. So, what made you decide that you were going to leave the music business and get into horror hosting?
Well, there was a huge leap between that. I was doing music for some time, and I was living in Los Angeles, and just Los Angeles began to grow on me in the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
So I rang a real estate agent up. I want to live in the wine country because I don't like wine,
Mm-hmm.
but I like country. So I figured if I go to the wine country, I could have half the benefit, right?
Right.
So I found a wine country real estate agent, and she showed me a number of places, none of which I liked.
Mm-hmm.
And she said the only place of the size I wanted was in a somewhat abandoned mansion out in Bodega Bay. And she did not want to show it to me, and I insisted. And we went and had a look-see, and it needs some work, but here I am.
Wow. And so, was it you who revived Creature Features, or did Tom Worst do that?
Mostly Tom Worsh. So initially, we were asked to do this program called Haunted Playhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a program that ran for some years up here. It was like Bob Wilkins' show, but different. It was less hosting, more movie. And I was asked to host that, and I was considering it. And then I've been friends with Tom for some time, and he said, well, why don't you instead do Creature Features? And I thought, well, why not? So instead of doing Haunted Playhouse, we called it Creature Features. We changed things up a bit. And here we are. We got the blessing of John Stanley. He was just here.
Mm-hmm.
He was just out of the place a few days ago to shoot. The episode will be airing, I think, in 2-3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
He was our guest, and so we got the blessing from him. We got a blessing from Sally Wilkins and a few of the other chaps who are involved in the show, and we decided to run with it.
Yeah, I talked to John a couple of weeks ago. He's a good guy. We had a nice talk about Creature Features when he was hosting and stuff. Yeah, so did you guys just start out at North Bay TV and then Coffee 20 picked it up?
Right. North Bay TV was the first location, and now actually on several stations. We've got several small stations around the country carrying us, and then we've even got one in South Africa.
Wow, South Africa.
Don't know why, but I suppose they like horror films in South Africa as well.
Mm-hmm. Were you aware that when you guys came to Coffee 20, you were replacing Creepy Coffee Movie Time?
Not at all, because Creepy Coffee Movie Time had been off the air for quite some time, and they had stopped taking that show, I believe, 2 years prior to our starting, so that was a finished thing.
Yeah, I didn't even know that they were canceled until I saw their panel at this Comic-Con last year, and I was shocked because it had been on for so long, and a lot of them broke up. Some of them went and joined another horror show called Circus of Chaos, and then the other ones...
Cousin Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, we've had most of the cast from that show as guests on our show.
Mm-hmm.
We've had Cousin Dave and a few of the others. And who's the chap who dresses as a rat?
All I could think of...
Weberly.
Uh-huh.
Had Weberly Rattencraft on. Fei Tao, that was another one. She was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that show is still on. It plays after all.
Nice.
It's quite entertaining. Have you watched it?
I haven't watched it in a while, but yeah, I did see it when it was first on.
It's a bit bloodier than anything we do.
Mm-hmm.
He likes blood and guts.
Yeah.
But he doesn't show a film,
No.
They have like skits.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Monty Python, but different.
Yeah, it's like a horror Monty Python.
So, Redding, you're on fire right now, right?
No, LA is. We were on fire this summer, but our fire's been out. Thank God, I'll tell you.
No, we've had all kinds of smoke down here. I assumed it was coming from up there.
No, it's coming from LA. It's like over in Malibu and stuff. It's really, really dangerous from what I've been told.
Well, my old place is by Malibu.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lovely place, except when it's on fire. It's not good.
Yeah. So I was curious. You guys have had a lot of great guests on the show who are horror people, and a lot of them live in the Bay Area, like Barbara Crampton and Suzanne Snyder, Laurie Jacobson, who's been on this show a couple times, Robert Burrell, John Stanley, of course. Um, the one that intrigued me, you guys got Samantha Mathis on.
Yes.
So you guys flew her out from New York to be on the show?
I don't know where she came from. It might have been LA, it might have been New York. I don't handle the logistics, but yes, she came to see us, and it was wonderful. She's quite a lovely lady. She's quite talented. I watched all her films after she came on, and I was quite impressed with what she's able to do.
Yeah, I'm supposed to interview her this week. That's why I was curious. And I met her briefly at a convention last year. She seemed cool. Yeah.
She's absolutely wonderful. You'll get a wonderful interview, guaranteed.
Nice. Yeah. Have you got?
We've had wonderful guests. We've had absolutely wonderful guests. In fact, we've had Veronica Cartwright. If you know of her.
Yep. From the Birds.
She was in The Birds and many other films. And we've also had Veronica Carlson recently. You must know of her.
Mm-hmm.
She's been in many Dracula films and quite a few others. She lives in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've got like hurricanes there, tornadoes, no earthquakes. Those are just for us.
Mm-hmm. Have you had Miss Misery on?
No, but I believe she's scheduled. She's lovely.
Yeah, she's been on here twice. I love talking to her. I make her laugh every time I'm on. Every time she's on.
Oh, you must tell me how to make her laugh.
You could make her laugh the way I do, but you may get canceled.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. But
Good. So what do you do for fun, Tommy? If this is your work.
I watch horror. I love writing because I write comedy. I write screenplays, and every once in a while I like to go sing karaoke, that kind of stuff.
Oh, I love karaoke. What kind of songs do you do on karaoke?
My best stuff, I do the Beatles really well, like any Beatles song.
I love the Beatles. Yeah. So sometimes we convince Livingston to do karaoke. It's quite fun actually to see him sing. He's actually quite a good singer. He's got that baritone voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I I could do like Beatles. I could do Talking Heads. I can do just anything that's really easy, because I can't sing, but I love to sing.
Oh well, that makes you perfect for karaoke now, doesn't it?
Yes, karaoke.
That's it. You should trademark that.
I wish I could. I've heard a lot of people have taken it, especially a
No,
band.
all right. I've got a plan. So you do that, and it's like a horror-based karaoke where you only sing songs from horror films.
Huh. Yeah.
It's karaoke.
Yeah.
Now, if you make $1 billion, you have to send me like 100 of them.
$100.
Right.
That's easy. That's
Right.
fair.
For my inspiration.
Yeah, that's easy. That's fair. $100, and I'll get 100 million. That's easy.
Well, I think $1 billion is 1,000 million, isn't it? I could be wrong.
I don't know. Math was never my subject in school.
No, not mine either. But when it comes to money, I become quite good at it.
Oh, you have to be. Have you?
So, where do you go for karaoke in Reading?
Oh, nowhere around here. Like when I go down to the Bay Area, which is every couple of months, I go to karaoke down there.
Oh, wonderful. Well, you should let us know next time you're in town, and we'll see if we can meet up and do karaoke together.
Oh, that would be great. That'd be great.
Fun.
Yeah, that would be great. So I was curious. Have you gotten a lot of positive feedback since you've been doing the show?
Positive feedback, feedback to me is like that squealing sound that comes out of the guitar amplifier. So if
Right.
you mean like positive reviews, then I think yes, we do. We get letters, and most of them are positive, and then a good portion of them, not a major portion, but a small portion of them say to go away.
That's good. At least you're getting a response.
Right. If it's all good reviews, you know, it's maybe friends sending them to you or something, but in our case, it's not the case.
I saw that you were at the South City Comic Con last month.
Were you there?
I was supposed to go, but I couldn't make it at last minute. I was really upset because I wanted to meet Claudia Wells because I've interviewed her.
Well, you know, she took a liking to Livingston.
Oh, she did?
She did. It was something else. We were at our booth table, whatever you want to call it, and she came right up to Livingston, and I think she had a little crush on him. I could be wrong.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. I also couldn't go to Creatures Con either. I wasn't able to go to that, and I planned on going to that one. But next year, definitely.
Creatures Con is wonderful. There were so many lovely, lovely people. All the attendees, all the guests. Booths. We spent so much money. Tangela spent a small fortune on jewelry at that particular convention. She likes the horror jewelry.
The horror jewelry.
And I don't know why.
Yeah, it is a mystery. What advice would you have for someone like me who wants to be a horror host?
Oh, don't do it. It is the most thankless job in show business. You should be a director. Directors, like Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Right? Because he makes lots of money, and he's, from what I understand, has many, many girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
You go to a club and you tell somebody you're a horror host, they laugh in your face and toss a drink in it as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm jesting. Now, so if you want to become a horror host, what do you need? You need a chair, and then you need, like, a microphone and a camera. I think that's all you need. And some movies, of course.
Of course.
If you want to be a horror host, I suppose they'd have to be horror movies now.
But you gotta have the public domain ones.
It depends. I mean, we run lots of those, but lots of times we get the people involved in the film and seek their permission. There's been times where we've had to pay for the films and pay for the licensing. We try to avoid that, though, because while we could get the broadcast license, it doesn't allow us to put the show on YouTube.
Yeah. But there are a lot of shows on YouTube of creature features I've seen.
Oh, all of our episodes are on it.
Oh yeah, all the ones with you. I mean, I saw the one with Samantha. I've seen the one with Suzanne Snyder. I've seen them on there.
Did you see the one with Tom Sizemore?
No, I didn't even know you had him.
Oh, he was wonderful. Wonderful in a fun way. He's a bit different.
Nice, nice.
You have to find that one. Who else have we had? We've had we had the woman from Little House on the Prairie, Charlotte Stewart.
Oh yeah.
She was wonderful.
I didn't even know she did horror.
She's been in other things. I can't recall exactly what. But no, she's quite a fun guest. And she made me this like sack, this like cloth bag that she stitched by hand.
Mm-hmm.
It was a gift. She brought me a gift. It was so nice.
Oh, that's nice. Do you have an exciting guest in movie tonight?
Tonight, I'm trying to remember who we have tonight. We shoot these like 2 weeks before. So tonight we've got, I think it's an illustrator. I'm going to have to look. I'll tell you in a moment. But next week we've got, who we got next week? We've got Aaron Brockovich.
Oh. Wait a second, Aaron Brockovich? That's not a horror movie.
Well, no. She's a guest. We've got a movie that goes with a guest.
Oh, I got you. I didn't even know Aaron Brockovich was.
Knowing Aaron Brockovich, we have Aaron Brockovich as a guest.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I didn't even know she was still alive. Is she coming back from the dead?
Aaron Brockovich
Mm-hmm.
is younger than me.
Huh, I didn't know that.
Lovely.
I did.
You're not thinking of Julia Roberts, are you?
No, not at all.
No, this is the Aaron Brockovich. She did all these things.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's cool. Tonight, so it's Aaron Brockovich and who? And what movie?
Aaron Brockovich. With Aaron Brockovich, we watched The Brain That Wouldn't Die.
Mm-hmm.
I'm checking to see what tonight's episode is. I want to see. Try to do this on. I go to Facebook. Have you tried this Facebook thing?
Oh yes, I'm on it every day.
Oh, it's nice. You can put things on it, like photos, and see people. All right, so tonight we've got, who we got? Hold on, I'm scrolling. All right, we've got Evan Cecil.
Right.
In the film. Evan Cecil is the director. He's got a new film called Lasso.
Nice.
It's a horror rodeo.
It's a horror rodeo.
A horror rodeo film, and it's coming out this month. And he's going to talk about this, and we're going to be showing Prisoners of the Lost Universe. So I remember this one. With Richard Hatch and Kay Lenz.
Oh, I've never seen that one.
No, it's wonderful. It's peculiar.
Oh, I'm gonna check that one out.
It's good. Now, you can watch this on YouTube at the same time as like KOFY.
Well, yeah, I watch it on YouTube anyways because I'm not in the Bay Area.
Right. So what we do is we've got this thing called Premiere, and
Mm-hmm.
we set up that show so it shows the same time as KOFY.
Mm-hmm.
Quite fascinating how they do this.
Awesome. I will check it out. Well, Vincent, I appreciate your time today. I will continue watching, and I hope to meet you at a con in 2019. And happy holidays to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Tommy.
Yes. And Vincent, please stay off the drugs.
Always have. Never touched them.
Awesome.
All right. You take care.
You take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, there you have it. Vincent Van Dahl. Ain't he a cool dude? Thank you so much, Vincent. I'm glad that you are taking over Creature Features and everything is going great with your horror hosting career. But like I said, please stay off the drugs. If you like this video, everyone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Add me as a friend on Facebook. Join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Until next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past, because the present sucks. Later, dudes.